Hey guys, somebody purchased, I think, elite level on my Onision forums, right? So you go to Onision forums and you sign up to be an elite, and that qualifies you to be able to text me directly, which is kind of cool. But there's this one person who's texted me about 1 billion times, and she has sent hundreds of dollars worth of gifts to through my Amazon wish list. Like very, very, very generous, right? But she does this thing where she goes from saying nice things or saying things that are just generally normal to saying something that comes off as very venomous and toxic and lacks intelligence to an incredible extent. So imagine, like, it's kind of like having a relationship with your mom for a lot of you. Your mom and you have a good relationship until your mom says, you're getting a little fat or something like that. And that's when the toxic, venomous, like, where did this come from thing. But before we get into that, I just want to thank Lorelei. Lorelei sends a Amazon gift through the Amazon wish list, link in the description or whatever. But it was like a $12 or $13 gift, so technically I should make some kind of video to thank her. But it was destroyed on arrival. So it was like this little paper holder thing, and it was just shattered. So we had to use the QR code to get the refund and stuff for that. But thank you to Lorelei. I'm making this very simple video because $13 or $12, like, who cares? It's not a big deal. But even so, rules are rules. Should make a video. With that being said, thank you, Lorelei. We also have a video coming from KC, who funded it for $100. People have said in the comments, oh, no one had ever funded you. That's so fake, yada, yada. Because again, people online almost 100% consistently, almost 100%, it's pretty impressive, never know what they're talking about. So if you go to onision.forum and you see literally the first page shows you where they're funded from, what's funded, and so forth, you'll find that yes, people do fund me. And once again, you guys, magically, the people who do no research, who have never met me, who don't know anything about my life that's actually concrete and real and firsthand experience, those people are again wrong. But this video will once again demonstrate that people who are anti-Onision or whatever, they regularly, for some reason, have no idea what they're talking about. And I would assume that some reason is that in order to really hate me, you have to not know what you're talking about. You have to believe a created character by people who have monetized doom and gloom videos. When you think of anti-Onision, think Fox News, think tabloid, okay? These people, they do not know me. They did not have any firsthand experience. And the people who have had firsthand experience have been groomed and manipulated by those people who are monetized to sell this narrative. Think of it this way. Sarah, initially, when she went public, she specifically stated nothing happened to her. She over and over communicated to you guys that she wasn't a victim, that everything was kosher. And then you guys groomed her because you have these monetized videos. You are literally paid to sell doom and gloom because human beings, they fester and obsess, and they're just so hyper fixated on fear as part of our biological makeup, right? We exist as a product of Darwinism, evolution. So we obsess over things that are a threat to us. So in order to manipulate you guys, the audience, these people, like the Repsians out there, like the Blair Whites out there, like even Keemstar, a lot of times would utilize this, but for some reason initially didn't utilize it against me. Maybe because he's gone through something similar where people just say things about him and he's frustrated by it, whatever. But generally, Keemstar also would profit from fear-mongering and giving you guys doom and gloom, right? Telling you guys there are these monsters out there and they just happen to be people that you can also already conveniently hate. So isn't it nice and satisfying to have in a video title, hey, this person you hate is also Ted Bundy? Like, you love that shit. You guys eat it up. And so you go and you try to convince anybody who has anything negative to say about that person who's actually met them, that it's actually far less innocent than they thought. And you just drill and you drill and you drill and you groom and you manipulate and you try to convince people that they are something they're not. You try to convince them, even pay them. I've seen you guys offer people money to lie about me repeatedly. I've seen you guys going out of your way to try and make it profitable to be a fraud when it comes to the Onision name. So you groom, you manipulate, you pressure until these people change their story, until they no longer say that someone's innocent, until you brainwash people into believing your narrative and supporting your narrative, which, works fine online. People, we all know this is true for the most part. The internet is not good at fact checking. Can I get an amen? The internet is full of people who have no idea what they're talking about. And even worse, it's full of people who will say whatever makes them feel nice, not whatever's real. If you don't believe me, I want you to think about Democrats and Republicans, okay? Have you ever seen a Democrat or a Republican say something that is complete nonsense, but they said because it makes them feel good about their narrative? We'll use gas prices as an example right now, right? Gas prices when Biden was in charge was the end of the world. Oh my God, what a terrible blah, 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 right? But the same people who were blaming Biden for gas prices back then are making up excuses for gas prices now. Same issue, completely changed story. You understand? That's all of you. And you wonder why I don't take a lot of the internet serious. Because you guys are not serious people. You resemble clowns. You resemble a circus. You resemble the Salem witch trials. You do not resemble serious human beings. And that's what this video is ultimately about, right? There's an issue of a bulletproof vest, which more accurately is a C3 ballistic/stab vest. Not even a bulletproof vest, right? When I went to get a restraining order, and again, this is where you guys are wrong again. Pause. If you're still watching this video, congratulations. You might be one of the good ones because most people have tuned out by now. Completely tuned out. They have this thing where they only want to see the highlights. They only want to hear the certain statements out of context to make someone look as humanly horrible as possible, inhuman as possible. So because you're still here, that's a great thing. That means you're willing to receive information from the source. It's remarkable, really. Good job. You should literally pat yourself on the back. C3 ballistic vest, not a bulletproof vest. I went to get a restraining order. I didn't sue, because people said I sued this reporter for for stalking my spouse and then showing up at my house and trespassing, which most anyone in my position would. The police literally told me to take them to a restraining order legal process, right? That was told to me by police. I followed police advice. And of course, you guys gaslit me for that, right? You guys, the heroes who have convinced yourself that you are heroes because I am white cis male, and apparently that's a crime in society. High five to all the guys who are like, yeah, he probably voted Trump. No, I didn't. But, we can see eye to eye on something. In our society, white cis men are regularly demonized. You know who's also demonized? Everybody else. Probably by the white cis men. Did I lose all the high fivers? Probably. That's the world, okay? Everyone's a victim in some context, right? Everyone. Me, you, everyone. We're all a victim of something. Regardless, I took a stalker who gave me consistent, negative, unwanted attention, which is the definition of a stalker, to restraining order court. And then I dismissed myself because I realized that in America, there's something called the freedom of the press. And the bar for actually being press is so insanely low, but the protections are so incredibly high that they could basically bend you over a barrel and bang you in your butt, and they would just be like, freedom of the press! And the judge would be like, well, I don't want to fight the Constitution! So that's, it's insane, the level of things, the press. The dude had a YouTube channel. That's not a reporter, that's a loser, okay? But it's amazing what the press can get away with, right? So I dismissed myself because freedom of the press. And that's from the source, not from some Reddit or 4chan or whatever garbage source. That's from me, the guy who actually lived it. And I know you guys will again gaslight me. You will act like I have no idea what my own life is. Just like you guys gaslit Sarah when she vindicated us. You gaslight repeatedly until the bullshit narrative is the only thing left because everybody got tired of being harassed by you. That's how insane you guys are. It's bizarre how crazy you are, how much you victimize innocent people, and you try to just lie and lie and lie and brainwash, gaslight, groom people into fitting your disgusting narrative because you want everybody probably to be just like you, right? You want all the projecting that you put out there where you say, oh, that person is what you definitely probably are deep down. If you really think about it, like the people who see, like if you saw someone who constantly went around saying everybody's trying to have sex with dogs, you would think that person has sex with dogs. Your obsession with predators is creepy. It's very creepy. Because if you see predators everywhere, I think you might need to go see a therapist and admit what you are. Because you don't see me going around going, oh, he fucks a dog, he fucks a dog, he fucks a dog. You would think I fuck dogs. That's what you would think. Because why is it on your mind all the time? Anybody who makes their entire life obsessing over predators is probably a predator. Because personally, I don't like that whole thing. I never even saw the Epstein documentary because it's so fucking creepy. I tried to watch the Michael Jackson one. I couldn't watch the Michael Jackson one because it was creepy. It made me cringe. And these so-called witnesses against Michael Jackson, if you were violated by Michael Jackson, how are you going on camera and going, yeah, this happened to me and I want the whole world to know it and for them to look at me? If you were violated by Michael Jackson, this is what you do. You anonymously report them to the police and you anonymously file a lawsuit against Michael Jackson. That's what you do. You don't go, my name is Bob and I want to be known as Bob in the lawsuit. And I'm going to just sue the company that Michael Jackson's associated with and tell Michael Jackson directly that I have no actual interest in suing him and that my only real interest is the company. You guys not realize how fucked up the whole Sarah thing is? Like, if you start digging into the Sarah thing, she was manipulated into changing her narrative by the online masses, most likely. She was directly monetized. She had a GoFundMe, according to one of the people supporting her. She was openly posting her Venmo. During this whole time, she was talking about what a great community she developed from her entire hate campaign and was celebrating the profit and the marketing that she got from it. She was on an international television show where she admitted that she financially profited in some association with that show. And you guys don't see the alarms going off at all because you don't want to. It's right in front of you, and it's been in front of you this entire time. And the ultimate reason I'm making this video is because I wanted to talk about this ballistic vest. I've been calling it a bulletproof vest, but if we're being literal, it's ballistic. The difference between bulletproof and ballistic is bulletproof is typically like bulletproof, like it can stop any bullet. Ballistic is kind of like a pussy vest. Like it's not that serious. So this person that I told you about earlier, they wrote me lots and lots of things. An overwhelming amount of things. But one of the things they said stood out to me. And I was very concerned with it because it's indicative of a greater issue, which is the people on Reddit, the people on 4chan, the people on fucking lolcow. All these people, first of all, many of them are anonymous, which means they automatically have zero credibility because they're not even willing to put their name or their face next to what they're saying. And then you have the people who do put their name and face next to what they're saying, but there's a fucking ad rolling before and after what they say. So again, like when you try to solve murders, you ask yourself, what is the motive? When you try to solve defamation, you got to ask yourself, what's the motive? When people are going out there defaming someone, first of all, I've repeatedly criticized fat people. So if they're fat, it's probably because I upset them because I criticized them for being fat. Or I made fun of DDLG. Daddy, Dom, little girl. Hurts to say that. But those people I made fun of too. So are they DDLG? Pedophiles. I've repeatedly attacked pedophiles publicly. I've repeatedly criticized pedophiles and predators and all these things publicly. So are they a closeted pedophile if they're criticizing me and going after me while not being monetized or anonymous? You know? Or maybe they are. monetized and not anonymous, or are anonymous. The point is that the motive here is of the most concern. If you want credibility, you can't have a motive to want someone to suffer. You have to be someone who's impartial, right? Like with that reporter, completely and utterly failed career. He showed up to someone's house, supposedly, and they killed themselves, and he lost his career shortly after that, as I understand. There's also supposedly a scandal where he was with someone who could be considered a subordinate, cheating on his wife. Okay, so destroyed marriage, destroyed career, has every reason to try to reboot his career by using someone else's name to gain attention for himself. And he successfully did so. And he showed up to my house and he trespassed on my property. I called the police on him and the police told me to file a restraining order against him, which I did. And then you guys said, oh, he's suing him and that he served the wrong person. I literally served a guy who was his age and had his full name. Like, I don't know what you want from me. My bad that there's a billion people with the same goddamn name and age. What am I supposed to do? I'm just a dude, okay? But you guys, of course, criticize me for that as too, for taking action against the guy who stalked my spouse and my young child home and then trespassed on my property. And, you know, when Jack's Films had someone drive by and take a picture of his house, you guys were all like, how could she do that, right? How could she do that to him? What a horrible thing to do to him. Meanwhile, you guys, you're like, dox him, dox him, dox him, dox him. Yeah, well, let's make him suffer. Let's show up to, someone even said, let's show up to his house and pitch a chair out in front of his house and just sit and stare at his house. It's amazing the cognitive disconnect you guys have, where you don't realize that you're the monsters because you have convinced yourself that someone is so evil that you can do nothing that's actually bad against them. That's how fucking delusional you people are. But this is where I'm going to tie everything together, okay? If I demonstrated that you guys definitively, without any question, have no fucking clue what you're talking about, you people online, no fucking clue, would you finally, openly and publicly take an L like an honest person? Would you say, you know what, we were wrong about that? And if you are wrong about that, would you be open to the idea that you're wrong about more things? Because I'm not interested in bullshitting y'all. I've been very, very transparent, very, very open from the beginning. I made fucking hours and hours worth of tell-alls, okay? It's not the behavior of someone who's hiding. That's the behavior of someone who's sick of your shit and wants you to understand reality. Okay, I literally did 13 hours of live streams taking all questions, and you guys delivered me nothing of substance. And then, you know, when my kid had an accident, my autistic child who is prone to these accidents, when they had an accident, you guys built an entire conspiracy theory around it. And again, defamed me even more. You guys just manifest bullshit. It's like a magic power where you just create and create and create more absolute fucking horseshit. And then you jerk yourselves off to how wonderful your new narrative feels. It's fucking pathetic. But with that being said, there's the narrative that you guys say that when I sued this reporter, the restraining order, I don't think that's suing. I wasn't going for money. I was going for this guy leaving my family alone. And that's another thing. Whenever I try to protect my family, you guys go, oh, he's hiding behind his family. Or he's protecting his fucking family. Like, what are you talking about? Like, is a father not allowed to take legal action to protect their family? What is a father in that situation supposed to do, you fucking goons? Have you ever thought about that for a second? What is a person supposed to do? Not protect their family? Like, I can't even say the extent of threats my family has received because they're so heinous. You guys have no fucking idea what it's like to be me and to live in my shoes. Yet you jerk yourselves off on your fucking Reddits and 4chans and locals all the time about how fucking great you think you are and how terrible everyone you don't like is. You literally love jacking off your own narcissistic egos. And then you point at other people and call them narcissists. Really. Fucking insanely bizarre. So I'm getting a restraining order against this stalker piece of shit who's monetizing the suffering of innocent people. Right? Who's, by the way, using other people fraudulently for a fraudulent #MeToo, giving them leading questions. Basically just asking them to nod to everything he says. Shittiest reporting on earth. Pathetic reporting. He's giving them all these leading questions. And then he's asking Vincent, after the show's over, how much money did we make? How much fucking money did we make off these people? Hey, and Vincent says, hey, I think we should give some of this money to the people that you had on your show. And he's like, oh, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to fucking deal with that. How much money did I make? When can we get these monetized again? When can we get these fucking videos monetized again? Let's call this guy a fucking predator. Okay. We're going to call him a predator. Okay. I'm a fucking old, saggy testicle piece of shit guy. Right. I caused... Have you ever showed up to someone's house and caused them to kill themselves? I'm a serious guy. We lost $100 million lawsuit to a settlement, supposedly. I'm a serious guy. I cheated on my wife with a fucking practically what was an intern practically. I'm serious. I'm a serious guy. Yeah, I'm gonna show up to I'm gonna follow a little girl home, and then I'm gonna fucking trespass on his property and get the cops called on me, and then I'm gonna do a fucking handshake with the cops like it was all part of the plan. Pathetic fucking loser, dude. Oh my god, like, if I could go back in time, super soaker. When I say super soaker, I think you know what I mean. If I could go back in time, I wish I used a super soaker. Just, fuck, that would have been so funny. Dumbest, cuntiest reporter on earth. Reporter. Anyway, so I take that guy to get a restraining order. Legal counsel advises me. Free legal counsel, because I had a free appointment. That they have stupid protections where press can do anything to you. So I wore a bulletproof vest, technically a ballistic vest, 3C. And you guys, I'm a former cop, by the way. So I know how to wear vests, but you guys spread this rumor, and this is where your pact comes into play. You guys have to swear to me that you're going to oblige with this pact. If I prove that you are 100% fucking wrong about one of your most widespread dumbass rumors, you have to consider that maybe all the other shit you guys are saying is false too. Okay? And it's funny, you could fact check me on all these. You can look up the court records or whatever, and you're going to find that everything's consistent with what I'm saying. So you said that the vest was backwards, and this person who texted me was saying that it was backwards because she's occasionally toxic and very disturbing and unserious. But she says, oh, why did you wear a vest backwards? I didn't wear it backwards. I know how to wear a fucking vest. Former cop. And she says, was it to like stop a sniper bullet from the back? What are you talking about? Okay, first of all, not actually a bulletproof vest, just a stab and maybe a handgun bulletproof vest. I would say that's at best. I wouldn't expect it to stop anything more powerful than a handgun. So ballistic vest, not bulletproof vest. Forwards, not backwards. Would never in a million fucking years stop a sniper bullet frontwards or backwards. Also, it protects you from the front and the back automatically. How do you not know that? How are you wrong 4 times in one statement? 4 different fucking times. Wrong about everything. Like literally, that's so crazy to me that you can't just be wrong about one thing. You have to be wrong. Not a bulletproof vest, it's a ballistic vest. Not backwards, it's forwards. Not gonna fucking stop a sniper bullet. And also, not like there's pads on the front and the back. Like there's a fucking, it stops you. There's protection, front and back. So if you wore it backwards, it literally would make no fucking difference. It doesn't even matter if you wear it backwards or forwards. It's the same protection. But just to end out this video, I want to physically demonstrate how fucking stupid everyone at Reddit is. How fucking stupid everyone at 4chan is. How fucking stupid everyone at lolcow is. how fucking stupid the commenters are, how fucking stupid all of you are, with physical evidence that is undeniable. Here we go. I still have the fucking vest. All right? Still have the vest. So let me show you. A little fucking education for you morons. This is a 3C ballistic vest. This is what I wore under my suit. Okay? A lot of you are looking at this and you're automatically saying, oh, I know exactly how to put this on. This is fucking obvious. So this is how you put it on. First off, I'm going to demonstrate how you guys think I should have put it on. Okay? This is how you guys think, because you're so fucking, like, your dad should have pulled out. You're so fucking dumb. This is how you guys think I should have worn this vest. You think, this is how you fucking morons think I should have worn this vest. You think I should have done that. This is backwards, by the way. This is what backwards looks like. Okay, so there's this strap. Where's the fucking strap? Oh, it's stuck to the Velcro. I was like, wait, am I wrong? I thought there was a strap here. No, there is a strap. I was right. So there's this internal strap. See this right here? This goes around you, but because it's fucking backwards, it makes no sense. I have to go behind my back and strap it like that. And then I have to somehow figure out how to get this guy. Oh, fuck. I guess? Like, maybe? Oh, bro, can you help me out? Like maybe? Maybe? Or I could just do it the normal fucking way. Because as you see, it has a name tape here. And it also has a name tape here. It can be worn technically either way, but it's so much easier if you just do it this way. And by the way, when I was a cop, this is how everyone wore it. So, you know, say what you like. But check it out. I got it in the front here, and then I can actually actively secure it right here. See how easy that is? Oh my God, look how easy that is. And then boom, vest, good to go. This is why you don't talk about shit you have no idea what you're talking about. The fucking locale, the 4chan, the Reddit, they should all be fucking deleted, because you guys are a cesspool of fucking morons who have no first-hand experience, who only accept lies and bullshit, and you will only peddle lies and bullshit. This is how you wear a bulletproof vest. You were wrong about this, and this one being a ballistic vest, technically. You're wrong about this, so what the fuck else are you wrong about? What the fuck else are you wrong about? If I'm right about this, the possibilities are limitless. Thank you to Lorelei for your little $13 broken item you sent me in the mail. Have a great day, everyone. Fuck you. Go, 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 go. Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. No. Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.